please welcome a professor from University of Amherst, Sandy Litchfield.
Thank you, Brady. I'm happy to be here. So I work as an artist and a curator and an associate professor, sorry, I just got tenure, at University of Massachusetts in Amherst. I teach courses that lie at the intersection of art, architecture, design, and writing. This project began in response to a series of questions. First, if mistakes are gifts we give ourselves to learn, then what will we learn collectively from the mistakes that we as a civilization are making now? And what will civilization even look like in 1,000 years? Finally, how can artists, writers, scientists, and other informed imaginarians come together and help shape a future in which civilization is understood as a fully entwined terrestrial entity? On Distinct Keys is a transdisciplinary platform for generating speculative futures in the wake of climate change. With a virtual twist and playful shake, it attempts to confront and reckon with the precarious nature of our planet's future. As sea levels rise and coastal shores flood, On Distinct Keys imagines the birth and rise of a new baby island. The island begins as a volcanic seamount deep in the North Atlantic. In a massive volcanic eruption, the seamount breaks the ocean surface in the year 2066. Life shows up pretty quickly after that, and within 1,000 years of evolution, there are rivers and lakes, settlements and cities, and forests and farms. Now, in this future tale, places are the main characters. They are sentient beings that have rights, and they are intricately entwined with all the organic and mineral elements that inhabit it, including humans, animals, insects, tree, moss, and stone. The stories emerge from a practice called futuring. So, what is futuring? Futuring is an informed act of the imagination. It is plural. There is not one future, there are many. It is democratic and inclusive of many voices from around the world. Futuring is also playful. It's open and it's adaptable, but it's at the same time very analytical and aware. It collects and analyzes information from the past, present to create stories about possible, probable, and preferred futures. The process of futuring allows for the intuitive. It emphasizes the atmospheric and the ambient over certainty and solution. This essential ambiguity maintains a kind of mystery in the process. The project has two platforms for storytelling. There's the Fabula, which is a future fiction set in the year 3000, and the Chronica, which is a diagrammatic timeline that extends from 1000 to 3000 CE. The Fabula is a nonlinear narrative that is more poetic and spatial, and it takes the form of a map depicting this future island called Andaka. The Chronica, which is a word that comes from chronos, which means the personification of time, is a more linear and sequential mode of storytelling. Now, when you're piecing together past and future events in a timeline, you would think that the past events would be much more evident and objective than the future ones. But actually, they're both stories with various degrees of data and facts to support them. Even the present is a story that we construct from our perceptions, our observations, and our interpretations of what is both known and unknown. So this project seeks to uncover those stories by assembling a diverse team of scholars, artists, designers, writers, and activists who engage in this practice of futuring. Here we tell stories by listening to our past and future selves, the future island, the future ocean, the future river. We draw pictures and we tell stories of our becoming. How shall we become the lake and the forest? How shall we become the city that lives with the forest and the ocean and the whale? And how can we extend the notion of civility to include the ecosystem? As the orchard Watesi describes, it's an unreasonable season, full of reckless pollination. But if this feverish field of folly can inoculate the poppy with a veritable poem. You will find the nerve to stand at the edge of green and go. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Using fiction has always been a great way to make the future. What's your favorite sci-fi or future-looking book?
I really like Ursula K. Le Guin's Always Coming Home. And I also like Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower. Those are really my two favorite.
Thank you very much for being with us today, Sandy.